Alright, let's see. I really need, like, I will say that the more I play this, the more I'm noticing that this really is not nearly as fun when you're playing by yourself. Playing with somebody, I had a good time, but playing solo, it very much feels like I'm just kind of going through this empty world, mostly by myself. I don't know. And it kind of pissing me off that there's shit that's broken. Like, you know, they said, I'll say this much. They said back before launch that the beta was very close to being the final product. That's kind of, that's, you know, kind of what they plan the game looking like and all that, right? So, I can be okay with this game, you know, being in the same state it was in the beta. If it was in the same state it was in the beta. It seems like not only have they not changed anything since the beta, it feels like they've actually fucked it up a little bit. Now that is something I cannot excuse, because that weird-ass building bug was not there in the beta. I mean, right now, I would say this has been pretty boring, because I'm playing by myself, so there's no dialogue, no nothing, just me wandering around, killing Scorched and trying to build a camp. But, that's why we're not going to play it all night. We'll try out the Walking Dead game. Might even do some magic, maybe? Maybe, I don't know. I've been itching to do more Diablo. That Necro moving. Actually, before the Necro, I want to get my Witch Doctor finished. Boy. I mean, it's alright by yourself. But the thing is, I've done it. Like, right now, I mean, I just feel like I'm just, you know... It's just me killing Scorched Wanderers, and that's it. There's not really a challenge at all. Like, does this seem hard to you guys? I feel like I'm just kind of breezing through. We had the one guy. He was hard. The thing we had to fight. I don't even remember what it was called. I don't even remember how to melee. Fighter P.L. coming in with that big dick host. Happening, Fighter, and welcome viewers from the stream. You playing today, man? Let's see. Let's see. What was he getting up to? Is he also exploring in Fallout? Nope, he's doing Dark Souls. The Dark Souls man. Guys, if you don't know Fighter, he is a very, very long-standing Dark Souls content creator. Been in and around with the Souls community way longer than I have. Go check him out. When that link just got molested. Oh my god, let me try that again. Let me try that again. Boom. But much, much better at PvP than I could ever be. So if you're ever in the mood for some Soulsy PvP, he's a good go-to source. Welcome, Raiders. We are checking out Wasteland 76. This new game that came out where it's devoid of content, but you pay $76 for the largest edition of it, and you wander the game by yourself picking things to loot. Nah, but in all honesty, it's not that bad, but there is some buggy shit going on in this game that needs to fix itself. Running into a bug where we can't place our camp. Can't place our camp, obviously. I'm putting a hamper on our situation here. Playing Battlefield? Probably. I mean, the main thing I want to check out with Battlefield is their take on Battle Royale, and that doesn't come out until March, I think someone said. So I'm kind of like, you know, is it worth jumping into right now, or should I just wait?
Don't cat.
Enough of this. That's not my level. That's not. Stop! I said. God damn scorched. Level 6 go. I gotta find a... I need to break down gear. Somewhere in this damn place, I'll be able to break down everything I'm carrying, I'm sure. Now I'll have all the junk. Wait, I can do it here. Like, this kind of looks like a chem station, and it was. For hard and pump actions. That. I have some pistol. Wait, 52? Never mind, that's trash. Interested in remastered Spyro? Nah, Spyro's never really been my thing. Seen a couple people play it, but just, you know, one of those things I never really got into. Isn't this where I'm supposed to be? Study Dr. Hudson's research. Wait, is it below us? Yeah, there was a post about how Spyro's new bosses, like, you've suddenly been dropped into Dark Souls. It's just, I mean, at the end of the day, there's only two things I can say about it. One, it's lazy journalism, and two, it's clickbait. It's, at this point, it's, you know, we have gone past a level where I can assume people are doing this in good faith, trying to say it because that's their perception of difficulty. Anybody at this point that says, You know, it's just like Dark Souls, when it obviously is nothing fucking like Dark Souls. It's basically a fuckboy that's trying to get clicks via Dark Souls. Next we're gonna start seeing it in fashion magazines. How to get that summer body that makes you ripped, just like in Dark Souls. Don't go hollow with these 12 tips on how to cut carbs. Is that the magical pie? No, get it! Alright, anything new here? Magnetic personality. 1 charisma for each teammate, excluding yourself. Damn, that's pretty useful. Anything new in strength yet? Sturdy frame. Armor weighs 25% less than normal. Ooh, that would probably help a lot with weight. That would help a lot with weight, but I really do want to get my thing higher. Obtain more components when you scrap weapons and armor. Ooh. I scrap a lot of shit. I feel like this is worth it. What do you guys think? Do I get another makeshift warrior, or do I get scrapper? I feel like the rate that I grab and scrap stuff, this is probably a really good idea. At the same time, you could probably go by the logic that because I scrap so much stuff, I don't even need this. Stash side. Hang on a second, something's coming up to try and boot me. Or no, maybe it's not. I'm just gonna scrapper, then armor. That could be nice, because I don't have, the other thing, I don't have a good agility thing. Action Boy would be good. This would be good. That's good. Food and drink weights are reduced by 30%. I could pick up that. That would probably help on weight a lot. Your stash is capped, and you've been running with overweight since level 14. Ooh. That sounds terrible. Let me do this. I'm not sure. I mean, this needs to get maxed, no matter what. That has to get maxed out. Rifleman or something? Nah, I'm a melee dude. No matter what, that needs to get maxed out. But this falling below... Actually, no, this isn't a bad agility. The 20% health automatically uses stim pack. Not really worried about guns and stuff. Majority of my points are going into strength, so it's just a matter of... This is usually one of those things that has... Look at how this thing's running when it doesn't have a frickin' core inside of it. microscopes and all their good components. Feral ghoul, mole rat, wolf. Alright, so I gotta go collect type T fuse. Where the hell do I get that? And then blood samples from a mole rat, a feral ghoul, and a wolf. I mean, that's fine and all, John, but to be frank here, I think the issue is this shit should have been fucking fixed. Like, I agree people are going a bit overkill on the butthurt they have towards Bethesda, but at the same time, like, the whole point of the beta was to find out shit that's wrong. And instead, they found out what was wrong, and then nothing's been fixed. Like, it wasn't like they only had a week. Beta, there were a couple different beta weeks. And a lot of this stuff is pretty fucking straightforward. Like the stash problem, you feel like that would have been something that was... You would have hoped it would have been something that they discovered, you know, just in fucking initial playtests of the game. Like, you shouldn't need the game to be released for people to tell you that, you know, there's an issue where you can't get to your stash. That should be pretty fucking straightforward, you know? Mole rats, feral ghouls. Alright, let's go over here. We'll... Got a bunch of other circles that popped up. West first. Like, I think in like 3 or 4 months this game will probably be really good, but I don't know. I can't help but feel like it's unfinished and they wanted to get it out the door in time for the holiday season. I feel like there's so much more content this game could have. And obviously they have a roadmap and all this talk of free DLC, and it's like, you know, a lot of the time free DLC isn't a term we hear, and it makes me wonder, was this supposed free DLC just shit they had planned for the game, but instead they were trying to push it out before Christmas 2019, so we're just gonna bring it down the line and call it free DLC.
This is a level 2 nuclear alert. Repeat, this is a level 2 nuclear alert. The Poseidon Energy Plant WV-06 has suffered a critical failure. Hazmat teams are en route. Please remain indoors and await further instructions.
Where varmint? Gotcha. Give me that. How do I get... How do I get blood samples? Let me read this quest for a second here. I guess I just gotta kill him. It doesn't say anything about extracting blood or anything. I mean, the butt hurt makes sense, but my point is I guess the problem is people don't know how to properly express that they're upset with something. Like, you know, I have very easily been able to articulate, you know, what the problems are with this game, outlined out. But if you go through Metacritic and check, it's just like, game's a hot pile of shit. Fucking trash, garbage. the game looks like it was raped in a dumpster. Like, it's just like, that's not needed, man. There are other ways to say you don't like something without saying it looked like it was raped in a dumpster, okay? But that's how the majority of people would rather give their opinion these days. At least those in the gaming community. So you want to get that ass beat again, do you? Oh, you're in luck, buddy. I think the other thing that there was a Twitter post about it that I thought was pretty funny, and it's like people out here acting like they got assigned $60 homework where they have to play Fallout 76. Like, if you're not happy with it, don't cry like a little bitch. Just don't buy it. And it's like that's the thing I think that's the truest, is you have these people that are like, fucking terrible. Can't believe I paid money toward that. Like, and it's, you know, the thing is, people forget. If people aren't happy with 76, they shouldn't buy and play 76. That's the best way to let Bethesda know they're unhappy. Is, you know, doing it with, like, going in with their wallet. But all these people just crying that it's not what they wanted. Like, dude, we had a beta that was open. You could have played the game. You could have seen what it was. There's tons of gameplay out there, you know. It shouldn't be a surprise to anybody what they're getting. What if they already bought it? Well, I mean, returns are a thing, Enigma. I'm just saying, you know, like, there's shit that I've reserved before and then canceled. Guys, it's not a hard concept. You can pre-order a game, get access to the beta, and cancel your pre-order, alright? It's not like when you pre-order the game, your money's gone forever. It's a pre-order. You can cancel it. People figured out that you get more clicks for hate than you do praise. Yeah, that right, that's true. Except the people that are hating the game are fans, not reviewers. Reviewers have been fairly receptive to it so far. I mean, what's the Metacritic for? Let's see, Metacritic Fallout 76. It's probably like 80 or so. Let's see. Right now there's no PlayStation reviews. PC has one review and at 76. Irony. I've never heard of Killer 7. I mean, I don't really like either of those games, though. Mutant. Are you?
Give me the booty, I want the booty.
17 months of hype.
Thanks for all the great content, and I know we all look forward to more to come.
Thanks, Replay. Level 15.
Who's there?
Whoa, 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 what is the 15 rads from? Hold up. Go away. Enough. Though I need to find this this thing.
Give me the booty, I want the
Workshop.
booty.
Praise the booty.
Epoch with the 3-month. Why should they be allowed to release an unfinished game when it's enough? You don't buy a new car with parts missing. Why is it acceptable nowadays to the point of normality for unfinished games? Because everyone in the industry does it, and people are going to keep paying for it. I'm not saying it's justified. Personally, I fucking can't stand early access. As far as I'm concerned, early access shouldn't be a fucking thing. But people will keep putting games out in early access, and as long as there are people who keep paying for those early access games, you know, free DLC for unfinished content and early access and shit it's going to be what we're seeing in the market. We are in an age where, because of, you know, back in the day, you got a cartridge, you got a CD, that was it. There were no internet updates. It was, you know, we got to make it work as well as we can. The idea of updating or adding content was unheard of. So you did what you could do. But, you know, at the same time, it's a mixed bag. You know, we could go back to those days where, you know, you paid for a game and what was on that disc was what you got, and, you know, it worked well, but sometimes there'd be really fucky bugs or shit that needed to be balanced that wasn't balanced well. Like, I mean, at the end of the day, I think I like the state gaming's and now better, even if I have to deal with early access bullshit. You know, you win some battles, you lose some battles, I guess. Where would I find this T-cell thing? People have hit endgame and launched nukes, and people found a way to cheat the launch system to launch multiple nukes. That would make me salty. Hey, Hick coming in with the 100 biddies. Thank you for that. Where's the rum? Spices. 4 rads, 1% food. That is absolute useless. I mean, I think the big thing that people forget is, at the end of the day, if you're unhappy, just don't fucking buy it. That's the thing it comes down to. Too many people, they see games that are early access or games like Fallout, and they go in going, well, it's Fallout, so I have to buy it. I have to buy this fucking unfinished game. Like, no, you don't. Nobody is holding a gun to your head and saying you have to buy it. If you're unhappy, show that with your wallet. It's the same thing that's been going on with Blizzard. People are the same people that are bitching at Blizzard that they're tired of the direction World of Warcraft is going and they expect changes and they're not going to stand for it, are the same fucking people that keep renewing their sub every goddamn month. If you don't like something, don't pay for it. When the people came and they did my my irrigation for the house. I was like, this is fucked up. This is not working. I was like, you guys cost me internet for 2 days. I lost work. I had to pay this to get shit repaired. I had to pay this. I'm not fucking paying until this shit's fixed. And you want to know what happened? I ended up only paying like $1,000 for a $3,000 irrigation system because they fucking repaired all the bullshit. As long as you keep fucking feeding money to companies, you're not allowed to bitch that you're unhappy that they keep shoveling shit into your mouth. You're paying to have that shit shoveled into your mouth. Stop paying for it. Anyway. Rant over. Yeah, exactly. Played 2 betas, wasn't impressed, cancel pre-order. That's the way to do it. I always feel bad for super mutants. Like, they're just trying to live their own life, and they're always like, is that someone? And then you just show up like, something, motherfucker! Boom! Hit him in the face with a sledgehammer. What do you think of Bethesda not using the new game engine for future games like Fallout 4 a lot? So I don't think it was that bad at all, but compared to other games, it feels simple. Yeah, I'm mixed feelings on this one, because on one hand, I feel like they need to up their shit, you know? I feel like they've been kind of rolling with the same engine for a long time. At the same time, Bethesda games are fucking huge. So I can see that, you know, I can see where the, you know, making a new engine is no easy task. So I can kind of see why they're unwilling to move. The other thing is the fact that they're saying, oh no, we're using our current engine for, you know, these upcoming games. That means that those games are actually already in development. They're not just sitting around and, you know, ballparking ideas. Development is already occurring. Levels are being generated. The world is being sculpted. Otherwise, they wouldn't have made a statement saying, yeah, it's going to be on current gen. They would, you know, they would just say, we're waiting to see what we have. Collect a Type T fuse. Where the fuck am I gonna find a Type T fuse? Somewhere. Look at the map when I get out. I think there might have just been too many things on the map at once, so I didn't see it. My current game of the year, probably, I don't know. It's a toss-up between God of War or Spider-Man, which were both really good. I'll say this. I think God of War was the better game overall, but I think I enjoyed Spider-Man more. Poof. I like Monster Hunter World. I wouldn't say it's my game of the year. I mean, Monster Hunter World was good, but it isn't game of the year. There's too many, like, the thing is, alright, if you are voting on Monster Hunter World based on the journey up to Xeno'jiiva, if you played the game up to Xeno'jiiva and then you quit, you know what? That's a good game. But if you're voting on Monster Hunter World from the perspective of it being a Monster Hunter game, where a huge part of the game is, you know, farming and getting gems and building sets and getting decorations, it's kind of a trash tier Monster Hunter game. You know, we've been playing on fucking God damn it! Fuck, Scorch pissed me off. Fuck off. Yeah, the RNG in World is really bad. Especially when you think about how much, like, I mean, personally, I think I enjoyed playing, I more enjoyed Generations Ultimate than I did World. Now, if Monster Hunter World was your first experience in the Monster Hunter franchise, yeah, you're probably like, oh wow, this is great. I can't wait to play more of these. And then you play more, and you're like, oh wow, all right, actually, never mind. This wasn't as great as I thought it was. This was actually kind of fucking mediocre. Seven and 4, 5 and 10. I like Spider-Man, but it was too much like an Ubisoft open world game. What does that even mean? Why do people hate Ubisoft so much? You got EA over here fucking peeing in people's butts and ripping them off, and people are like, fucking Ubisoft. Like, y'all, Ubisoft is not that bad. Where did you even come from? Siege is popular. For Honor's good. I thought Odyssey was fucking great. That whiffed. Homing attack.
Just us.
Well, where does this go? What is this? Ubi makes... No. Ubi makes their series of games way too long. Pick what appeals to you and enjoy, not to mention all the chances they take, which is great for you around. I mean, but we've had... God of War has had how many? Fucking 5, 6? Like, everyone... I mean, everyone wants to talk trash that, you know, oh, fucking more Assassin's Creed, like... Monster Hunter's done the same thing. You wanna know how many Monster Hunter games there are? Fucking bajillion. You wanna know how many Resident Evil games there's been? Like 7, 8? Final Fantasy? We're up to fucking 15? Like... They're not the only company guilty of doing this, but everyone wants to pin them like they are. Guessing I got I did, I got the T fuse. Okay, so I need to go back to where I was. Yup. I'm just gonna go to my camp. You cannot fast travel when enemies are nearby. Okay. Yeah, look at sports games. You want to bitch about repetition? God damn. Every fucking Madden and NBA and FIFA game has been just the same. Ubi did it to themselves, made themselves an easy punching bag. No, they didn't, is what I'm saying. Ubi did not make themselves an easy punching bag. How did they make themselves an easy punching bag? Like, I want give me a specific example of Ubisoft making themselves a punching bag. Downgrades, Gold Edition, Ultimate Edition, Pre-order DLC at Unity launch. How does that... I'm not sure what you're saying here. Gold Edition, Ultimate Editions, etc. are done in just about every single fucking game that's released right now. Every single company has different editions of games. The pre-order edition, the digital deluxe, the big dick, the super... I mean, fucking Devil May Cry 5 has a goddamn $3,000 edition where they give you Dante's leather coat so you can jerk off in it while you're looking at yourself in the mirror. Now, the graphics downgrade, yeah, I'll agree, but at the same time, isn't just about every other company guilty of doing the same thing. They show super-ass high-quality footage at events like E3, and then when it comes to a development crunch, it turns out they can't make the whole game that phenomenal, and they tune it down. I'm just saying, if those are the reasons Ubisoft made themselves a punching bag, I would consider those null and void reasons because they apply to the entire population and not just Ubisoft. No dedicated servers for For Honor. They have dedicated servers now. Hang on, never mind. At least at first, they finally came around with it and made up for that mistake. So they're a punching bag because they recognized a mistake that they made and they remedied it. That was their first time ever trying to do anything with a fighting game. They made a mistake. They remedied the mistake, but that still makes them a punching bag? You want to know how many fucking companies just find mistakes and go, look at Bethesda! There are problems in Skyrim. There are problems in Skyrim that are still in Skyrim that you still need the Skyrim unofficial patch for to fix. Yet how many times has Bethesda fucking re-released Skyrim? How many times have they re-released Skyrim? And everyone's still gonna fucking lap that asshole up. There are problems that were not fixed. At least Ubisoft fucking put up servers. Yo, how long did it... Yeah, it took a year, but guess what? We fucking got them, dude. All the fucking stuff that I see for Skyrim is all unofficial patches to make shit work better. Oh no, we're not going to talk about that.
If you're hearing this, it means you must have completed my work and inoculated yourself. The next step is to find out if our fleet anti-scorched unit, the fire breathers, are still alive.
No, yeah, they're dead.
Find them at the Charleston Fire Department. The fire breathers need to know the vaccine is ready. If they didn't make it, then you're going to need their weapons to stay alive.
I know about them censoring the Rainbow Six stuff. I didn't hear anything about them deleting criticism, though. That sounds like fear-mongering. The only company I know of that blatantly went on a criticism deletion campaign was Blizzard. Trying to re-upload trailers, trying to redirect stuff. Sniff, once again, that's not a point though, dude. You could, alright, take your statement here. Ubisoft is a huge company, and being huge makes it susceptible to being an open target. You could take that same exact statement. Bethesda is just a huge company. Square Enix is just a huge company. Sony is just a huge company. My point is, I wanted a specific to Ubisoft reason why they made themselves a punching bag. And I would say that as of now, I still have not been given that reason. Just a, oh, well, you know, it's herd mentality. Every single point I have been provided by chat is applicable to just about every single game studio out there right now. So why does Ubi get the hate? What's going on, Drinks? Hate these things. They jump and fly around. Nope. I can see your dot, but I don't see you. There you are. Get back here. Stop hiding behind that fucking barrel. Those Jim Sterling picks on Ubisoft. Every time they release a game and his viewers just repeat what he says. Yeah, that is a part of it. I used to watch Jim, but Jim's gotten... I personally feel that lately Jim's content has gotten increasingly more cynical. He used to be very objective, and I feel that lately his content is a lot more emotional in his reviews. Which, I mean... You know, I understand it. We're emotional creatures, but... I used to watch him all the time. I barely watch him anymore. Same with Yahtzee, actually. Yahtzee has gotten a lot. I don't know. I just feel Yahtzee has gotten really fucking grumpy as he's gotten older. I feel like if you watch Yahtzee videos from like a year ago, you know, there'll be stuff that he hates, but he'll just make like really funny jokes about it. And I'll be like, oh, because it's stupid. And now it's stuff that he hates. He's just like, yeah, I don't know, man. Like, which sucks, because I really did. I liked Yahtzee. Yahtzee was probably the first thing I subscribed to watching on YouTube. And I try and watch his stuff now, and I'm like, damn, this doesn't even sound like the person I used to watch anymore. It sounds completely different. 29 fucking caps. I don't know where to go. Well, I know people grow, but I mean, I'm talking about a stylistic thing. I mean, my style's changed as well. You know, we were talking about this the other day. I used to be way more fucking angsty. I used to be a lot angrier. You know, the shit that I'm talking about is kind of where I feel Jim and Yahtzee have gone. Like if I watch a Jim video from now about Ubisoft and compare it to an Assassin's Creed title like 2 years ago, he just seems a lot more hateful about it now. Which, I mean, I guess it kind of makes sense, you know. There's only, you know, there's only so much you can put up with. But like alright, perfect example for Odyssey. There was a thing he said for Odyssey. He was like, oh, basically bitching about the fact that the game had the, you know, you can buy an XP boost thing. And he's like, regardless of everything else about this game, it's fucking just, it's so stupid that it has that I refuse to even give it a score. Like, basically, because of this one part of the game, I refuse to objectively do anything about it, and I say it's a pile of shit. Like, no, come on, man.
Hello again, friends. I'm so pleased to announce that the boilers here at the giant teapot are full again. That means my special blend will be bubbling up shortly. So if you fancy a nice cuppa, the more the merrier.
Like, you wouldn't have heard that kind of shit from Jim back in the day.
Give me the booty, I want the booty.
Bomb 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Welcome to the sub hype. I've had Battlefield for a while. I just haven't done anything with it yet. I keep meaning to like try it and see if I like it, but I don't know. I feel like it's keep hearing about people having Odyssey having a spot. I'm not sure I know what that is. Odyssey got nominated for Game of the Year, and a lot of people are butthurt about it because of typical Ubisoft bashing. Same exact people that are just booty bothered that oh, how dare Ubisoft get Game of the Year nomination. Whee! Just butthurt. Ubisoft has built games being repetitive. You'll do the same thing 30 hours later with no innovation, and when they do, playing feels like a chore instead of fun. That is subjective. We've been playing this game for 2.5 hours, doing nothing but just wandering around, looting, killing mutants, killing Scorched. Would you not say that's also the same thing and repetitive? The scenery changes, sure, but the scenery changes in Assassin's Creed as well. Yeah, Pokemon. Extremely repetitive. You just walk around Pokemon, catching fucking Pokemon, battling trainers. Trainer battles require absolutely zero fucking thought. Probably some of the least engaging things ever. It's literally a massive game of rock, paper, scissors. Yet, we all love Pokemon for what it is. Yeah, Red Dead 2. Everyone is nutting over Red Dead 2. The combat in Red Dead 2 is probably some of the most appalling combat to date in any game I have played. You have two ways to go about combat in Red Dead 2. You either snap lock onto the target, adjust your target up slightly, and shoot him in the head, or you use Deadeye and just scroll across a bunch of people and go tap 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 tap. Climbing towers to unlock maps isn't fun, but yet it's in all their games. I mean, I'd agree with that. Climbing towers to unlock maps isn't fun. But they've improved on that system drastically. In the old Assassin's Creed games, it quite literally was always a tower. In the latest Assassin's Creed game, it just happens to be the highest point in a nearby area, and you can pretty much parkour up any object. So instead of having to follow this Tomb Raider-esque path up a tower, just run up, hop up something, and call it a day. I didn't watch any reviews for Red Dead 2. There's too many stands for Red Dead, and I got tired of it. There's so many stands for Red Dead that it was actually turning me off to the game. So I stopped pretty much any reviews or any, like, I even unsubscribed from the Red Dead subreddit. Because initially it was just filled with memes and shit. Then people talking trash about Micah. And now it's back into people just gushing about how they like to touch themselves in a robe while playing it. And I'm like, I can't do this anymore. Like, it's good, but nah, let's calm it down. I mean, I think the old Assassin's Creeds, I think those reasons are somewhat valid. I think, what is this? I think at the same time, a lot of that stuff changed with the more recent iterations of the game. I got an email with some game keys. Let's see. Suicide Guy and Dungeon Crowley. I think I'm gonna pass on those. Yeah, I think I'm at the point in Red Dead just before the story shits itself. I've heard that the story kind of just goes to hell right around Chapter 4, Chapter 5. Red Dead 2 is the best game this year, changed my mind. Story that completely shits its pants towards the end. You have this amazing build-up only for it to try and introduce you a bunch of new characters that are shoehorned in out of nowhere. The combat is just not... I mean, yes, it makes you feel like a cowboy, but there's absolutely no depth to the combat in Red Dead whatsoever. Pokemon has more depth in its combat than Red Dead. The controls for that game are fucking horrendous. I can't even count the number of times that instead of getting into cover, I've accidentally climbed on top of an object and gotten shot in the face. The only reason Red Dead is up for a Game of the Year nomination is 1, because it's a Rockstar game, and 2, because everyone is busy jerking their dicks over the fact that it just came out, so it gets the recent game that came out bonus.
Dear Mr. and Mrs. Bennett Orwell, we of the West Virginia Lucky Hits Lottery Company are pleased to inform you of the result of our November lottery game, held on the 10th of this month. Your names are attached to Lucky Hits, Lotto Ticket 59, 28, 42, 88. We are overjoyed to tell you that this ticket was November's Lucky Lottery winner. It's the largest single-month game in Lucky Hits history. You are hereby approved to receive an immediate cash payment in the amount of $300,000. Mr. and Mrs. Orwell, congratulations! A local Lucky Hits prize representative will be arriving at your residence on November 30th, just a few short days away. To avoid any unnecessary mix-ups, please contact our headquarters as soon as possible to confirm your home address. Now, we advise that it's in your best interest to keep this news from the public's attention. We value all of our Lucky Hits customers, and we can't wait to hear from you. Once again, congratulations, Mr. and Mrs. Orwell, winners of West Virginia's largest ever lottery game.
I mean, it can still be your Game of the Year, but just saying, nope, my Game of the Year without verbalizing makes you sound like an idiot. You can't say, I think X, change my mind, and then when someone gives you well thought out points, go, nope. There we go. Never had problem with the controls. Gunplay is the best that Rockstar has ever made. Story is excellent. Alright, if you think that gunplay is excellent by any standards, you have a warped perception of what gunplay is. That's not even a question. The story is excellent, except for the part where it literally shits itself towards the end of the game. And, you know, I don't know, maybe you lucked out on the controls, but trying to say the controls for Red Dead aren't fucky is an outright lie. Yeah, yeah, Enigma is, best gunplay. It's not, you know, when your gunplay has literally been shit for an entire year, it's not that hard to take the same turd and polish it. Yeah, the hand-to-hand combat does have more depth in the shooting, which is fucking sad. Hang on, there's something I gotta get rid of. You do some radix. Got here. After Chapter 5, the story goes downhill, but if you played the first game, you know the good times don't last. It's like watching Goodfellas, where the main character is on top of the world as a gangster. Then he has to go into witness protection. I'd say the best thing I can say is go watch. So Donkey probably did one of the more concise videos describing what I'm talking about. It's the game just, I don't know. The game doesn't do a good job of bringing itself home. You can make a story that is involved and in-depth and has a sad ending or has a serious ending without shitting the bed. And Rockstar's approach was very shit-the-bed-esque. As long as you play Red Dead Redemption 2 like a cowboy sim and not an action game, you will like it. So now I'm supposed to play a game while dressed up and pretending to be a cowboy to enjoy it. You know, as long as you bend down and lube up your asshole before penetration and pretend to be gay for me, I promise you'll like it when I fuck you. But, you know, if you don't pretend that you're gay, you're definitely not gonna like it, dude. I mean, come on, you gotta work with me here. Yeah, Nier is a good example of how to bring a game home while still having it be, you know, sad and make you think and whatnot. God, melee is just fucking silly, dude. I'd give it to God of Year. I've always disliked the God of War franchise, and I thought that God of War this year was like it blew it out of the park for me, and I wasn't even a fan of God of War. Mine is probably, I would go God of War, then probably Spider-Man, then AC Odyssey, then Monster Hunter, then Red Dead. So I'm obviously biased. Red Dead is, you know, my least liked, but and Spider-Man was just, while Spider-Man got kind of repetitive, and at the same time there were parts of Spider-Man that could have been done better, Spider-Man was so much fun. It was just pure, unadulterated fun. It was, without question, the best, you want to feel like a fucking superhero game that has ever been created, and probably will be for a very long time. Yeah, I think Spider-Man has a really good chance at it, man. It was so good. Yeah. Like, and the other thing I think that Spider-Man did really well, the music in the game. Like, when I would start playing Spider-Man, you know, I'll record an episode, I'll take a break, I'll upload that episode, add a title and all that shit, and then go back to record. I'd take breaks, I'd pause Spider-Man, you know, I'd find a little spot in the city to just chill, and Spider-Man would just chill, and the camera would pan around him. And then when I came back, and the camera picked back up, that music fucking dropped. Right, it's this exact same moment you started swinging through the city, and it just all tied in such a beautiful way that every single time I started a new episode, it never felt like, okay, here we go, time to continue things on. Like Red Dead right now, every time I do a new record, I'm like, alright, here we go. Next part of Red Dead, here we go. Spider-Man, dude, every single time I was like, let's fucking go zipping through the goddamn sky. Here we go, baby. I was hyped. Every second I was hyped. Did I get... Did I get affected? Parasites. Periodic food loss. Oof. Fuck that. Disease X. Disease cure. Let get rid of parasites. There we go. I haven't played Spider-Man, but I keep thinking the facial animations are superb in the footage I've seen. Yeah, oh yeah, Spider-Man is just... Spider-Man was phenomenal. Like, there's no question about it. Like, I went into Spider-Man being like, alright, I expect this to be good, but it probably won't be that good. And I ended up coming out of the experience just gushing about it. Like, the weakest point of Spider-Man was, like, the occasional side stealth missions. Because it was less time that I got to feel like a goddamn superhero. This game worth it. Longtime Fallout fan and afraid to be disappointed. Watch people play and see if you'd like it. Best advice I can give. Ah. Something coming for me? Ooh. Long range boy. Oh, I can open this bridge. Nice. What am I hurt by something still? No, I don't know. Agility, alcohol addiction, but that's it.
Doug, it's Carl. I've left for Camden Park to meet our buyer. Doug, I've taken your key to the west door. I'm sorry, but I can't keep coming back to find new dings and scratches just because you can't resist taking our little project out for a spin. We're trying to sell this thing, remember? Look, assuming this guy shows, I'll be back by this evening. The buyer's a military type. He wants to make the trade while riding the Widowmaker. No idea why. I think he's living out some kind of personal spy fantasy. That's fine by me. I wanted to try that ride since I was a kid.
This could be fun. Is he? Hang on, I gotta redo that hollow. Cause he has the west note. What was that? Like note, something note. Carl's note, thank you.
Doug, it's Carl. I've left for Camden Park to meet our buyer.
Camden
Doug,
Park.
I've taken your key to the west door. I'm sorry, but I can't keep coming back to find new dings and scratches just because you can't resist taking our little project out for a spin. We're trying to sell this thing, remember? Look,
Camden
as soon as this
Park.
guy shows, I'll be back
Wanted. Brute Pongs is wanted for 10 caps. It's a level 47. Who the fuck's gonna kill this guy?
Think he's living out some kind of
Level 5?
personal spy
3?
fantasy.
16?
Fine by me. I wanted to try that ride
15,
since I was a kid.
14, 17, 18, 18, 47. Who the fuck is level 47? Did he just boost himself for the entire day? Jesus Christ. Where's Camden Park? Where am I at right now? Bridge is here. That's where I gotta go. That's the west entrance. Where is... Any of y'all know where Camden Park's at? I mean, beta playtime did carry over, but most people didn't even end the beta above, like, level 27, or level 20. No, it's not New Jersey, and there's a Camden somewhere in West Virginia. Wait, Camden Park, and he said he wanted to ride the Widowmaker, so maybe over here, there's a roller coaster over there. That could be it. There's also this. I'm looking for an area called Camden Park. As the Widowmaker. I see something here. Camden Park. West Virginia. Let's see. Camden Park. I want to see maps. Map. I'm actually pulling this place up in Google Maps, and I'm going to see if I can find where it would be based on that destination. Alright, Camden Park. Alright, let's see. West Virginia. Looking at a cutout of West Virginia. It is, in fact, on a far side of it. Turn off roads. Let me see. Right by where the river bends. Is this where the river bends? Yep, this is it. This has got to be Camden Park right here. That's it. That's where we're going, boys. I would bet that's it. I mean, it does sound like the name of a roller coaster. But what solidified it was if you look up Camden Park on a Google map, it shows you that it's like the westmost point of the state, basically, which is right there. So let's go. I want to see what they're talking about. I want to get this guy's key and get inside. The map is semi-geographically accurate. Like, what I mean by semi is, you know, obviously you have to take some creative liberties with the wasteland, but, you know, Charleston is in the southern part of West Virginia. Morgantown is in the northeastern part of West Virginia. So stuff like that. My character wants a beer. Yeah, I know I can claim, but I'm not gonna sit here and build up and defend, and I want to find out what this guy was storing in the west thing, so I want to do this mission real fast. Plus, to be honest, with there being, I don't know where he's at, but with Mr. Level 48 on the map, I'm pretty sure if I tried to capture something, I would have a try-hard dude just show up and murder the shit out of me. And I really hope there's a way to get off this damn mountain. And no, I've not died to a Deathclaw yet, though I have visited Deathclaw Island. I went to Deathclaw Island, showed... Oh man, this is basically just a sheer fucking cliff. I showed up to Deathclaw Island and was like, man, this is boring, there's not even any Deathclaws here. And then one just popped right out. If you hug a wall while falling, you will not take fall damage. I don't know if I believe you. But I can just baby jump down a bunch of rocks. Died to a scorch beast? No random Wendigo spawn? Well, not that place. Is it a Nuka-Cola factory? I think it is. That'll be a cool area to explore. We'll go there after we... Why is the ground shaking? I don't want them to pop out and eat me. Stuck on. Keep meeting my neighbors from West Virginia, so I wanted to go through and basically look at this shit. want this place to show up on the map. Is it? It still hasn't shown up as Nuka-Cola Factory. I mean, even though it is. Oh my God, the rat's here. You come back and explore this place in a power suit. Cola plant. There we go. Discovered. Now I can come back here later. Alright, now let's follow this. Damn, the rads must be really strong here. Camden Park.